Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Welcome to Mornings at the Cabin. It's only about 6 degrees below zero, which is not too bad. It is dark, but it's not that cold.
It's delightful.
It is delightful. And it's Tuesday, which you know what that means. Literally everywhere has tacos today. You could walk into the Legislative Assembly and ask for tacos, and they would have to give them to you by law.
I walked in here this morning.
Uh-huh.
What do you think I found?
Skeleton of a Triceratops.
I thought you were going to guess tacos, but not tacos.
Were they tacos?
And there is a skeleton of a Triceratops.
There is.
But that you knew that already.
I did.
I found AJ vacuuming.
Yeah. Last 2 mornings I pulled up and his truck has been here. We have quite the full contingent here this morning. This is not unlike what it would be if we were a full running station. 4 or 5 people here, 6 o'clock in the morning, getting it done, and I would roll in at about 5 to 7.
Yeah, this is the Pinocchio effect in full swing. This is what it's like to be a real boy.
Oh, I see. I see. That's the Pinocchio effect. Is that the Pinocchio effect? I thought Pinocchio effect would be like his nose. Like that's the Pinocchio effect. Because anyone says you're lying, they allude to his nose, like you're lying like Pinocchio. Whoop! You know what I mean?
Maybe you could have more than one Pinocchio effect, and it just all relies on context. Imagine living in a world where people understood context and nuance, and how you framed your conversation was therefore how people understood you. And,
it's a pretty privileged outlook, Ollie.
Well,
the Pinocchio effect could be a lot of things. It could be his nose, it could be turning into a real boy, it could be turning into a donkey and being swallowed by a whale. All of these things can be the Pinocchio effect. It's not unlike the butterfly effect. What happens to Pinocchio happens exponentially to Geppetto.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin, Wheeler and Ollie with you on your Tuesday morning. Sharp-eyed Yellowknifers may have spotted the arrival of an 11-foot Muskox outside City Hall. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, 11 foot is an estimate.
It is an estimate.
Basically looked at it, it's it's probably 11 feet.
Yeah, eyeballed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how most numbers actually appear in journalism. There was a crowd of 50,000. It's literally just one guy standing up on a small step ladder and going, 50,000.
Yeah, well, just like at the parade, there was 1,400 people at the parade.
Nobody knows. It was somewhere between 70 and 7,000.
It was, I would say that is accurate, yes.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this Muskox.
So the Muskie, as we know him.
Yes.
Or her.
Yeah, well.
Arrived from Quebec. Quebec's like, look, have a present.
Why is Quebec giving us a Muskox?
Those French Canadians, they're up to something. I don't know. I have no idea why. Well, I do actually know. I don't know why they decided to do this, but they had a Canada 150 installation at a park in Gatineau called Mosaic Canada.
Yes.
And it was a horticultural installation. So the Muskox that is now in Yellowknife is part of this big horticultural installation that was designed to represent all the provinces and territories and peoples of Canada. As the Muskox was in the NWT section, it was beneath a giant Inukshuk, and it's made of grass. So it was this beautiful... If you go to the Cabin Radio website and you click on our story, you'll be able to see this really nice-looking grassy Muskox in full sort of bloom in 2017. And then they did the same thing again this year. They kept it back because 1.3 million people went to visit that in 2017.
Yes.
So it was really, really successful. So they did it again this summer. And then at the end of it, they were like, well, we should just give away these things to people that want them. And they got in touch with the government of the Northwest Territories and said, would you like this 11-foot Muskox? And the GNWT sort of went, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And then the Muskox arrived, and the GNWT sort of looked around and was like, well, where are we going to put a Muskox? And they got in touch with the city and said, have you guys got anywhere you can park an 11-foot Muskox for the time being? City looked out the window and was like, what about there?
What about right there? By the garbage cans.
And that's now where the Muskox lives.
Very nice. It looks great. What is it made of?
So it is grass.
Yes.
The actual fur, the hide, or whatever you want to call it, the Muskox. And then I don't really know what's out at the front, but I know that they had stuff blooming from the Muskox's face during the Mosaic Canada thing. And I kind of hope that, it looks like it took a little bit of a battering on the journey. Its right horn has been glued back into place.
It has.
But
it looks good.
I think it's awesome. It's already a tourist attraction. People, yesterday, we stopped by it for about half an hour, and people were coming and going the whole time wanting photos with that thing. And if we nurse it back to health in the summer and we get it back in bloom as a grassy sort of installation kind of thing, I think it would look amazing. Farmers markets with that Muskox at the top of it would be amazing. So I think it's a really cool thing to have just acquired out of nowhere. The weird thing is that it just arrived last week, and nobody said a word.
Yeah.
It just appeared.
There you go.
And there was no official announcement. There was no explanation. There was just suddenly a massive muskox parked outside City Hall one morning. But yeah, we asked the city yesterday, and that's the detail that the city gave us. It is now belongs to the city, so it could be there forever.
This is our version of the Statue of Liberty, right? So the French gifted the Statue of Liberty to the U.S. Quebecers are gifting us.
And then the French came out from inside the statue and took over. Is that
That's
how
right.
that works?
I'm waiting for French Canadians to pour out of the muskox.
It's a Trojan muskox.
A Trojan muskox. That's right. Yeah. Keep an eye peeled for anybody crawling out of the muskox. It looks very, very cool. I really hope it stays for a long time.
I feel like your face is saying you really hope somebody doesn't screw it up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I really hope somebody doesn't screw that up. I really do.
Well, here's hoping.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
AJ sitting in for Ollie as he is off to the airport with Sarah.
Yep.
There it is. Just dropping her off. She's heading back to Fort Smith. Some news that came out yesterday it's really a shame. Nudo Monster is closing in January. So at that point, they'll be open for about a year. And according to them, it's for family reasons. It's really a shame. The whole thing is for sale. So maybe someone will take it over. But this is kind of on the heels of a bunch of different closings, right? This year, Twist and Shout has closed. Twin Pine not renewing their lease. Of course, they are moving over to Harley's, so that's going to be very interesting. But yeah, it's been a tough year. For businesses in the north.
Yeah, Harley's has been more of an improvement, if anything. That's a step up as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, having a diner there is going to be very, very interesting, and
huge.
And I think it's a boost for both businesses on that one.
Yeah.
But yet, Flowers North is possibly closing down here very soon.
Yep.
Nudo Monster is closing. Twist and Shout closing. It's 2018's been really, really tough.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Lunchtimes are going to take a big hit.
Yes.
Nudo Monster. Oh,
I know.
Tragic.
It's so good.
And karaoke, Twist.
Right. Where's there to do karaoke in this town anymore?
That's a great venue downstairs. We did our launch party there. Worked out great.
Yeah. Jason and Colin always treated us very well and did a great job. And it just got too much. It's too much money.
Hopefully it's a door opening for someone else.
Maybe.
Unless there's an underlying reason that all these businesses are closing.
Oh, wait. You mean a flagging economy?
No.
Couldn't possibly be that. So what happened is that the owners, Serena Zhang and Danny Zhang, one of them has to move back to China.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's going on.
So
that's why they have to close. So they have to leave the country.
But they are selling.
They are selling it. The truck, everything.
Yeah, recipes. Even the recipes.
Even the recipes.
You could keep it the exact same.
Huh.
Yeah, everything. You could just take it over.
Kim Galbransing, this is your time. She loves it. She just and then she runs the Bite Me Yellowknife page and just does a fantastic job. We love that page. But she's pretty upset about it as well. A lot of people are. I mean, just like getting some ramen, getting some tan ramen. There's not many places in town you can get that going.
There's also not many restaurants that you need to run with a Class 1 driver's license.
That's
class
right.
5? Class 5?
It should be a
Class
Class
1.
5. Yeah, it's a Class 5.
Yeah.
But they found this truck in Ontario, made a 25-day, 12,000-kilometer round trip to fetch it, and they bought everything in Toronto and brought it back up here. And, made a go at it. Sometimes sometimes there's this circumstances you can't overcome. But they were very, very popular while they were here. So hopefully maybe someone can take up that mantle and continue that on. You can find out more about that story at cabinradio.ca. Also find it on our Facebook page. AJ, thanks for stepping in.
No problem.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Pat Kane, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
Good, buddy.
Good to be here.
Your first time here.
My first time here, I feel
Really?
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's his first time.
Wow.
And he brought muffins. He brought homemade muffins that taste like cupcakes, straight up.
You know, it's, what is that, bribery? Is this bribery?
I think it's bribery. I don't know what you're bribing us for. What are you bribing us for?
I don't know, just a little, to be able to be here.
We'll use your pictures, Pat, all right?
Perfect.
Jeez.
Perfect.
But you're here to talk a little Dead North. It's just around the corner. Registration just opened up on the 19th. Closes on the 19th of December. So still plenty of time to get your registration in, your ideas in. Tell us a little bit about Dead North this year, man. It's one of the biggest events of the year.
I think everyone should know about Dead North by now.
But for those people out there who don't.
Those that don't.
Yeah.
It's a it's a film and photography competition.
That's right.
which starts kind of, we'll talk about the film part. So you start from, idea to writing a script to shooting it, all within the matter of, I think, 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And they all go play at the movie theater in February. And it's a great week of horror and thrills and all sorts of fun. Yeah.
And the photography part is brand new this year. And this is kind of going to be your baby, I get an understanding of. What's going to happen?
Yeah. So I've kind of been voluntold to do this photography part. But what's going to be, it's going to be another competition where photographers, amateur, professional, whoever wants to, basically has to make a photo in the spirit of Dead North. Using people. And so it can be a portrait, it could be a scene, it could be whatever really people want to do. And what we're going to do with that is submit your photos. They'll all be anonymous. And we're going to have a pop-up shop / exhibit where people could come in, buy some Dead North swag, and also judge the photos and pick a winner. And there'll be a Zombear trophy for the winner of this.
The Zombear trophies, if people haven't seen the Zombears before, they are... I would go as far as to say they're some of the greatest trophies you can win in the Northwest Territory.
They're beautiful.
They're pretty cool.
And that's from a 2-time Zombear Award winner.
Yeah.
Ollie Williams.
Yes, you guys done some good work in the past.
Best editing 2 years
Are
in a
you
row.
guys doing another?
I don't know if I've been asked to do a couple of things. I will get to that. And then, but no, I don't edit at all. I can't do any of that production stuff. I am merely a pretty face that can say words.
Right.
Yeah. I having had the ridiculous fortune to be in it twice and win one of them twice, I'm literally never entering again because there's
nowhere to go but down.
Exactly. There's nothing to win and everything to lose. So I will just continue to dust those bad boys off for another 30 years or something like that.
Fair enough. We'll get you in there eventually. I'm sure.
I'm at the Canada Games this year, so
Okay.
I've parked editing requests from people, but I'm excited to see what we get. I'm really excited for the photography side of things. Can you enter stills from people who are doing videos? So is the deal that people who are doing videos can have like a side entry in the photography contest as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It's open to anyone, everyone, including filmmakers. So yeah, it'll be totally separate from it. So I guess I should clarify that there's also a Zombear for the best poster in the film festival. This is not a part of that. So people can't make a poster using the photography competition as it. It's kind of its own thing.
Okay.
And they have to use the elements. There's secret elements in every film that we do every year. So whether it's like fire or using an axe or something like that, it's secret this year. So we'll let people know when they register what the elements are, and you have to incorporate that into the photography as well as their films.
Yes.
So when you walk into the exhibit, you're like, why is there a squirrel in every one of these photos?
Exactly.
Then the secret element may become clear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Okay.
That's a good one for future reference.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I feel like that's one of the more obvious ones you could pick. Every single photo's got a squirrel in it. A blue painted squirrel.
But that would mean every movie would need a blue painted squirrel as well. That would be more difficult.
Is the secret element across video and photo? So
that's right. Yeah. So there's usually a line of dialogue. That's the most obvious one. So like in every movie, you'll hear someone say whatever it might be. Okay. And then there's also a visual element to it too, which can be a little more subtle or it can be totally obvious as well. But last year, I think it was fire.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And there was a line. I can't remember what the line was.
The line was, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
There you go.
Yeah. Good northern line.
There you go.
Nice.
I like that.
Okay. So how long have people got to sign up?
So the registration opened up last week, and it closes on December 19th.
That's right.
So you have pretty much a full month to register, and that doesn't mean you have to shoot your image or anything like that. That's just to sign up and say, hey, I'm in and want to do this, and here's my name.
And then the scripts are due January 1st, which means if you are coming into it late, you're going to spend your entire Christmas and New Year's working on your script.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. We always recommend people to use their time wisely. Mm-hmm. I've done a few movies, and I've waited till the last second on one of them, and it's a nightmare to shoot, edit,
it is.
Get everything together, and then submit it. Pick away at it, and it's a lot more enjoyable.
So while everybody else is doing that, you, this lunchtime, have got a little session at City Hall about your own adventures and travels, because your work was exhibited in London recently, was it not?
That's right.
And you got to go.
I went to London, went to your old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And,
how is London these days?
it was actually really nice. It was like 23 degrees, sunny. I was like, this
Sunny?
is not what
That doesn't
people
sound
say. But it was great. There's a lot of like royalty stuff, which I was kind of like, oh, that's okay. But it was cool. We got some friends that joined us, and oh my God, I just got Queen Elizabeth little doll that waves put in front of me.
Yeah, she's
Great.
solar powered, just like the real thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, anyway, it was good. The exhibit was for this. It was through this NGO called the Gaia. What are you doing here? It's taking a photo of me. God Almighty.
Visual stuff always works well on the radio.
Yeah. So the Gaia Foundation, which is a big NGO, they saw my work that I did for a project called On the Land, which is Indigenous people in the Northwest Territories and their connection to the land and using the land. And so they saw this work and they asked me to be part of this big international exhibit. There's 300 photos, 50 photographers from all over the world. I think I was the only Canadian. And I was there with my wife, and we had friends, and Sheila Bassey-Kellett and Dave Kellett happened to be in London, so they came along too. And yeah, we checked it out. And now this afternoon, the city of Yellowknife has posted some photos up in the chambers of my work and the work from the exhibit itself. And I'm going to give a talk. So if anyone is bored at lunchtime or doesn't want to sit at their desk, come on down to City Hall and we'll chat photography.
Awesome. It's so cool that you I mean, I don't want to call it an opportunity because you earned it, by being really good at what you do, but it's great that you were recognized that way, and it's cool to come back and share it as well. So
Absolutely.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to all of that, get your Dead North entries in. Good luck writing those scripts. Mr. Wheeler is available. I shall act as his agent throughout. Send
Absolutely.
scripts
Call
to me.
Ollie at cabinradio.ca to any offers or whatnot. PK, you and I, we chatted briefly.
Yes.
You're saying you may not do it now. You got me all pumped up on this script you were talking about. Now you're saying you may not do it.
Well,
I'm going to Mexico.
I know. I wrote a script. I wrote the script in like an afternoon. It just kind of came to me. I was like, all right, put it down on paper, and it's there. And I don't know how much time I'm going to have to actually do it. Because like Christmas is basically here,
right?
Judging by the shows on TV and the music, and that's going to be busy. And then I'm going to Mexico in January,
and then it's
with
summer.
a bunch of friends, it's basically summertime. But I like your idea of like shooting it in Mexico, and then
I was just reading the guidelines. Can't do it.
You can't.
It's got to be shot 100% above the 60th parallel.
Well, I'm on the board, so
no exceptions.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
exceptions, including myself or anyone else. Yeah.
I think a couple of like flashes of you on the beach, and it's like a nightmare scenario where
That
you're
would
like
be a nightmare
freezing
scenario.
to death
Me
on
on
the
the
lake,
beach.
and no one's around, but every once in a while your eyes close, and then it's a flash of Mexico, and then you're like, and your wolves in the background. I've got it all planned out.
I was going to
You're
say
ready.
we got to leave you to this script improv session that's happening over here. It
right.
sounds like there's some promising ideas.
I think so.
And some less promising ones.
Probably.
And Pat, thank you so much for coming in.
Excellent.
I hope a bunch of people turn up this lunchtime as well. Sounds great. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Of course, it is the beginning of the holiday season. We heard PK talk a little bit about music and the movies. They're starting to play, so obviously it's just around the corner. And next up, it's summer, so let's live in the moment while we can. The movies are starting to play, but also one of the classic holiday traditions is the Nutcracker, and that's coming up at NAC this weekend. And in fact, it's taking me away from some of my cabin duties because Shannon and I are in it this year. And I've been in it. This is my 4th year in the row doing it. It's Shannon's 1st year. We're having a lot of fun. We're playing adult party guests. We're going to drop a video a little later on, either today or tomorrow in the morning, to let you guys know about what's going on. It happens every year. This is the 10th year that Bella Dance Academy has done this. So much work goes into it. These kids are just incredible. Not just because they dance well, but like the amount of patience that they have. Because there are like 90 kids in it or something. It's just there's just hundreds of kids that do these shows every year, and it's always incredible to see how much work goes into it and just how well they do. So you were there the other night. What did you see?
I I saw something that would terrify the living daylights out of me if I was 9 or 10.
That's fair. What was that?
I just having to perform on stage.
Ah.
I brought back floods of awful memories of being a kid and being like wheeled out onto the stage in occasional like all class event.
Yeah.
Where like literally everybody had to have a role.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, on you go.
And you were third lobster in the nativity scene.
Oh, what was I? I remember being, I think I was a rainbow wind in the nativity.
Rainbow wind.
Which last I checked.
What was that?
Is not a thing. And
Rainbow wind.
yeah, I don't know. It involved dressing up in a really large towel that had different colors on it. I remember
Ollie
that.
and the amazing Technicolor towel.
Yeah. What else was I? I seem to recall being, I don't know, there's all these little like miniature, you used to have to do class assemblies where you'd go up and everyone would have to perform something. I used to hate all of that.
But now you love it. Now you love to perform. You perform every day.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like doing made up stuff. I like
Do you
doing
not?
real stuff.
Oh, you real stuff.
I don't like acting. I've never really, like, I did some acting as a kid.
Yeah.
Just as, like, you could take classes in it.
Mhm.
It was all right. And I, like, did the exams and stuff. But, like,
Yeah.
exams in acting, ugh. It was just
Where literally all I have to do is talk.
I just, did not like any of that. So, yeah, I watched all these kids. I was like, man, this is just, they are so far beyond where I was at as a kid in terms of their level of comfort.
Oh, yeah.
With being on a stage.
These kids love it. They love it. They live to be on stage. It's wonderful to see. Well, I mean, some of them obviously still get a little frazzled. But for the most part, like the older kids, they've been doing it for years and years and years. So they are so comfortable up there, and they perform with such confidence. It's really cool to see. And I had kind of a different experience, obviously, in drama growing up. I loved it to the point where when I was in high school, I was dropping out of Chem 30 and Bio 30 to take more drama classes. It kind of derailed my education. But that's fine. That's fine. Here we are. You and I on equal footing.
There you go.
NACNT.ca for tickets. There's 4 shows this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There are 2 shows, so 7:30 for Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday, 2:30 and 7:30. This is a great show for the entire family, and not just the families of the kids performing, but for everybody. It's a beautiful show with beautiful music and beautiful dancing. And we've been having such a fun time playing Adult Party Guests. It's just what I usually play every year. We just kind of have this scene at the beginning where we go to a house party and things get lit, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Things get crazy.
I watched.
They hand out some drinks. An uncle comes in. He turns a bunch of toys into real children. It's strange.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.